But activities of life could deprive you of that. And you would think that you are doing all the right things because you will be thinking, but I'm doing this thing to please God. I'm doing these things for God. I'm doing that for God. But God really desires intimacy above all. There is a story in the Bible that happened in the times of Jesus that will really help us to get this lesson very well. In Luke chapter 10 verses 38 to 42, Luke chapter 10 verses 38 to 32, we read the story that I'm sure you all know, the story of Mary and Martha. Now it happened as they went that Jesus, entered a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and she approached him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Therefore, tell her to help me. And Jesus answered and said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things, but one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen that good part, which will not be taken away from her. You say, this is a very, very telling story. You know, this Martha, she is the senior sister, right? And was receiving, she is the main host or the hostess of this of Jesus in their house. Since she is the senior sister and she's the one that really is the closer friend to Jesus, because they were saying that Martha had a sister. So, and he said, and it happened, Jesus entered into the village, and a certain woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. So it was Martha that really welcomed him to her house, and she had a sister. So the real relationship that was here was between Martha and Jesus. And so you could kind of justify this story and say, well, Martha had the moral obligation and the demand to provide and care for his visitor, and for her visitor, and that's what she was doing. Yes, so humanly speaking, that looks commendable, but in the eye of God, it is not what we are doing for him that matters as much as how we are working with him. So in the eye of God, the lesson here is, yeah, we might be doing a lot of things for him, to glorify him, to make him happy, to to please him. But the things that you are doing for him without him, those things don't impress him so much. The things that really impress God are the things that you do with him. You can do for him, but with him.